Don't forget to check out the Twitch live stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/X_UtterChaos_X. Now on to your featured video.
See that new Wonder Woman movie? She can use the lasso of truth on me anytime, you know what I mean? What? Oh. Hey, welcome to the Weekend Review. I'm Ace McTavish, and I'll be your host today. We're going to get straight to things in the My Player action as we're following Ben Nelson, and he's with Manchester City right now. First matchup will be Aston Villa. It was 3-0 the score line from the Etihad earlier in the season, and the Villains were no contest this time around either. 25th minute, Husa puts the cross in, Kalichi's headers off the post, and Sane collects it, buries his third of the season. And you see the game just kind of glitches, and the only way we could get this to continue was to sub off Ben Nelson. So that's a bummer. The second comes just minutes later. Nelson's replacement, Sergio Aguero, drops it to Kolarov. The cross, and it's off the head of Micah Richards. Own goal, 2-0. Kevin De Bruyne puts his name on the score sheet in stoppage time. Wilfried Boney looks as if he's running out the remaining seconds, but a nice ball on the floor, and Kevin blasts it off the keeper Golini. Wraps up another 3-0 win and 3 more points. And this time, Ben Nelson would get a full match, no glitching here. Final home appearance of the Premier League season, looking to give the supporters a good show. After a failed Aguero penalty attempt midway through the first half, Mahrez would come on as a second half substitute and net not one, but 2 goals, the second all on his own. It's a 2-0 victory. And a little bit of bad news there. Kevin De Bruyne out for 7 months with a torn ACL. The penultimate match of the season takes us to the first of 2 in London. West Ham United scoreless in the first meeting. It would stay scoreless until the 71st minute when Leroy Sané squares one across, and Ben Nelson pulls the trigger before the defense can react. 15th of the season. Sergio Aguero would seal it with the last kick of regulation, netting his 4th of the season. What a blast. 2-0 for the title. And the final match of the league season, we stay in London for the first of 2 versus Arsenal, who are battling for that final Champions League spot. Arsenal would get the first attempt as Walcott hits it first time, but it's off the base of the post. Iheanacho suffers the same misfortune with 10 minutes left, and it ends up scoreless as we lift the Premier League trophy, second in as many seasons for Ben Nelson. But that will wrap up the My Player portion of this broadcast, and let's go ahead to see what happened in Career Manager. Can I get a glass out here? Well, that's better. So, biggest match of the series to date. The Los Blancos are in an unfamiliar spot. Having lost to Lyon on match day 1, that narrative would continue. 9 minutes in on the counter, Zlatan with a perfectly weighted ball, and Alex Bryan beats Navas off the post for an early 1-0 lead. Yes. And Bolton would find us a second 20 minutes later, picking apart the Madrid defense, and Zlatan finds himself wide open inside the box. He plays a little bar music himself. It's 2-0. And that is how we would move joint to the top of the table. Hoping not to fall into a trap after that big win, we face Swansea City in Wales.
Back and forth it went until the 72nd minute, when the new signing Tammy Abraham opens his Premier League account with what did end up being the winner at 1-0. Congratulations, Tammy. Looking to keep the winning ways going, Bolton welcomed Stoke City, and the visitors would strike first. Poor clearance by Callum Clark. Ball to the feet of Nano, and the former Ajax man blast one into the upper left-hand corner. And the Potters would hold that lead for 10 minutes when Shaw crosses careless in the box, giving Will Davis the opportunity to draw level. And he makes it. Zahid would give us the lead minutes later with a great solo performance and finish his first of the season. Good to get him going. Zahid and Davis would both add second goals before halftime as the floodgates opened, and we took a 4-1 lead. Gotta stay on my desk. Into the break. Josh Vela joined in the fun, netting his first of the season and first in over a year with the squad. He rounds out the scoring in a 5-1 victory. The Makers is really hitting it now. Match day 3 of the Champions League group stage sees Bolton off to France to take on Lyon, joint top of the group. Although the good guys have the advantage with goal differential, Tolisso earns a corner for the kids just before half, and some poor defending allows Maxwell Cornet to give the home side a lead at the break, trailing on the road. But in the 70th minute, Zlatan Ibrahimovic pulls out some magic turns and avoids the tackle and slips home an equalizer. 1-1 draw, a point on the road. And returning back to the Isle, we head to face Hull City for the first time this save. It would be the Boltons' turn to score off a corner at the end of the first half. New signing Benaziac with a great headed finish to the far corner to notch his first goal with the club. Congratulations. 8 minutes into the second frame, Will Davis lets one fly and off the underside of the bar. His 5th of the season. It's 2-0. Hull would get a swift reply in the initial shot saved, but Ryan Mason centers and finds Franco De Santo, who gets just enough to beat Price. Finishes 2-1. Good guys. And we'll finish off this week's episode back at home in the league. 4th Cup round action. Wolverhampton Wanderers in town with a chance to advance to the quarterfinals. 9 minutes in, Janvier lets one fly into the upper left. The visiting Wanderers would level things 20 minutes later as Jordan Graham lost a perfectly cross to the head of Jack Price. Nice header. But the home side would strike again before half. Josh Vela tucking away the pass from Abraham. 2-1 at the break. Abraham with a goal and assist at half. The match would be put to bed in the minutes, just minutes into the second half, as Tammy Abraham uses his size and strength to push through the defense and put one into the lower corner. 3-1 is the finals, and into the quarters we go. Well, an excellent week as that undefeated streak continues. But that is all for this week's episode. And I wanted to say this episode, but it's this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the highlights, and we'll see you next week.